It's the legendary rainbow slime. Hello, Granblue fans. I'm gonna go over how you should be using all of the weapons in Granblue Fantasy. At the blacksmith, you have forged weapons. Every character has 6 maximum weapons. The best weapon to use is going to be the Ascension weapon until you get to the final boss of the game. That being said, you still want to make all of the weapons. I'll explain why. So after you've made all of the weapons for a character that you're trying to progress through, you would like to use the Ascension weapon. The Ascension weapon is going to be the best weapon once it's ascended. You ascend weapons via Weapon Awakening inside of the Knick-Knack shop. Here I have the Gambantine and the Caduceus Immortal Coil. I have not awakened the Gambantine because I got the Caduceus. Not going to waste my resources. You want to level up every weapon to the max. You do this by uncapping the maximum level. To uncap a weapon's maximum level, there are 2 ways. 1, the traditional way, where you collect resources and spend them to upgrade. 2, using a Damascus ingot, which I will go over. You should typically upgrade your weapon all of the way to unlock the sigil slots inside of the collection. Now, the masteries inside of the collection, as such, you will want to acquire all of the masteries. Not only will this give you a trophy that you need to unlock the final ascension level of the Terminus weapon, it will also let you have every ability inside of the weapon itself, regardless if you're using the weapon or not. I have an extra 7,000 hit points from my EO on the Little Witch Scepter, even though I actually am using the Caduceus. It does work that way. There's also Imbue. Imbuing is good for whenever you're missing a little slot inside of your build. Like here, I'm missing 5 levels of damage cap. To get those last 5 levels, I get them from a right stone on my weapon without using an entire slot on damage cap. Each character has 6 weapons. 4 of them you can forge. If you cannot find the weapon to forge inside of the blacksmith, most likely the weapon is inside of the story missions. Now, whenever you enhance your sigils, you shouldn't worry about enhancing anything under Tier 5. Tier 4 and below are going to be just dismantled when you get to later levels, with the exception of a few from the curios, such as supplementary damage. Whenever you're upgrading sigils, there are 2 ways to upgrade the sigils. The traditional way, and using an Azurite Splendor. You want to get as many Azurite Splendors as possible, because this is much faster to level up a weapon with without overspending all of your resources. Try to defeat as many slimes as possible. There is a small chance for a prismatic slime to appear. Whenever it appears, the dragon Viren, your little dragon baby companion, he'll say, "It's the legendary rainbow slime," or something like that. That's your cue to look for the prism slime. It will look like a regular slime, but its name will say prism, and kill it. Whenever you kill the prism slime, you are awarded Damascus ingots and Azurite Splendors. You want to use these as your mainstay. This is also a fantastic way to level up your characters if you're trying to get all of your characters to level 100. When you are leveling up your weapon, you will need lots and lots and lots of fortitude crystals. So if you only have one character and you're trying to level his weapons up all the way so you can optimize one character and that's all you care about, you won't have that much of an issue with fortitude crystals. Playing through the story gives you a bunch of them. However, if you want multiple characters optimized, each character will take about 1,000 Fortitude Crystal Larges to level up all of their weapons all the way. This works out to about 20,000 Fortitude Crystals. The best farm for Fortitude Crystals is going to be Revenge of the Hordes. It is a boss mode on Maniac difficulty. It is 2 Goblin Warriors, the guys with the giant shields. This quest will award you over 30 Fortitude Crystals. This is the fastest one to farm. However, the easiest one to farm is the AFK farm in the Sun-Dappled Grove. AFK farm, basically you load in, you auto-queue the quest, and you just have the quest running in the background and your AIs kill all of the things for you. This quest takes about 3 minutes from start to restart. You'll get roughly 6 large Fortitude Crystals worth of crystals from each clear, which is 3 minutes, so it works out to be about 120 crystals an hour. However, this one has the added benefit of having more curios, so if you need things like supplementary damage and war elemental, you'll need more curios. So this is actually a better farm than the other one if you need that kind of stuff. If you're trying to optimize multiple characters, you will need as many supplementary damage sigils as you can get. which only drop from the curios. For the azurite splendors and Damascus ingots, Slimepede is the best farm, and either Rackham or Ugin are the best characters to go farm that mission. Unfortunately, the Slimepede mission is not something you can AFK farm, because your AIs will not recognize the slimes as enemies. Rackham and Ugin are the best people to farm this because you don't actually need to target the enemies. The game auto-targets it for you. Now, the odds of getting a Prism Slime, very small. You get about 1 or 2 every 10 missions. It's a lot faster than farming the materials to upgrade all of your sigils, because 1 asteroid splendor brings a sigil from any level to level 15. Whenever you're around the 100 level mark for the Damascus ingots, that's when you want to start using your Damascus ingots. I wouldn't worry about the lower levels because that stuff is really easy to farm and you probably just have enough anyway. So whenever you're at 100 and you want to uncap it to 125 and to 150, that's when you want to start using your Damascus ingots. So this is an AFK farm, so it takes about a minute to do the actual mission and then another minute to queue into your final menu and then about 15 to 20 seconds to restart the mission again. So if you do this enough times across whatever, you just set it up and then you walk away and you come back, you'll have about 1,000 crystals. And so it takes about a minute to do this farm in an AFK farm setting, and then you have to connect into your menu and then restart, and it re-queues you in, and your AIs just do the work for you, and you don't even have to be at your computer or your PlayStation or whatever. The only downside is that it gives you Fortitude Shards medium. So 5 medium Fortitude crystals are equal to 1 large. So this gave me 25 medium Fortitude Shards. The downside is that you can only hold 999 Fortitude crystal mediums. So don't leave your AFK farm running for more than, I would say, 7 hours. Now there is another AFK farm that's a little bit better for Fortitude crystals. However, that one takes about 3 minutes to complete and get 12 curios an hour. So it really depends if you care more about the sigils from the curios or you care more about the fortitude crystals. Whichever farm you care about more is the one you should go with. Also, this one can be farmed with lower level characters. The other one, you need actually optimized characters to farm, as it's a dragon inside of Proud Mode. Now, the other farm is going to be any of the dragons inside of Proud Mode. However, I do think the Fire Dragon is the easiest. This farm will give you legendary merits, which are dope when you're transmuting sigils, as well as tier 5 sigils. The Fortitude and Curio farm does not drop sigils, so it really just depends on what you want more. If you feel like you have most of the sigils that you need, and you just need Fortitude Shards, I would do Unthinning the Troops. But if you are lacking basic sigils, I would say anything that you can AFK farm inside of Proud Mode the fastest is the thing that you should pick for your sigils. And then someday you'll AFK farm Proto Bahamut. To complete the farm in a timely manner, you will need to go into settings, go game settings, gameplay. There's an assist mode. The full assist mode basically makes your character fight for you. However, it doesn't move for you. If you do this, I highly recommend having a ranged character on your person, because they won't walk around the battlefield and fight for you, but they will shoot the enemy for you. While you're AFK farming, set your Skybound art activation to immediately. This will make your allies just spend their Skybound arts whenever they have them, instead of waiting for them to perform a full burst, because you won't get a full burst if you're AFK farming. Make sure you have auto skip for loading screens and quest cutscene auto skip on as well. And that's all you need for the farming bit. If you're going to farm higher tier, I recommend a build with a lot of health and a lot of defense, guts, and auto revive on the build. So this is my Gandagoza. It doesn't really matter what character you pick, because if you just have a setup similar to this, you don't need to optimize it really. This is, as long as you have low profile, a whole bunch of defense, regen, auto revive, and guts on your build, your character's not going to die. So, and then for selling sigils, never sell sigils really. However, you do have an achievement for selling 10 sigils. So go ahead and sell 10 sigils for an achievement if you want to. And that's pretty much all you need to know about the weapons inside of Granblue. Just make sure you get all of the weapons for the character that you like. Upgrade the weapon all the way. Unlock all of the masteries for all of the weapons in the tree, so you get the most bang for your buck on your character. Use the Ascension weapon. Get the Ascension weapon first if you don't already have the Terminus weapon. Upgrade the Ascension weapon, go ascend it as much as possible, and then start farming. This weapon is very strong, and being stronger will make your farms take less time, and you'll be able to farm more. That was the weapon guide. If you liked it, like it. If I missed something, let me know. If you know better farms, drop them in the comments. Whatever you want to see, drop it in the comments. See y'all later. Bye.